finally, be ye all of one mind.
Be ye all of one mind. Be ye all of one mind. What does that mean? It means that every single one of you, okay, in the truth, is supposed to have one mind. No weak. You ain't supposed to have no weak brothers, man. If a brother just coming in, you're building him up so he could be strong. Right? And you can't have one brother believe, Cornelius is an Israelite, or all the camp believes Cornelius is Israelite, and you got this one guy who has a difficult time basically understanding that, man. If you can't get over something like that, well, because this thing is about faith. So there's only so much that you can do. Which goes back to Paul and Apollos. The Most High's got to be the one to give the increase, man. But you got to water. You got to plant. You have one that plants. You have one that waters, and it's up to the Most High to give that man that increase. So once you reach a point to where you've done all you can for that brother, and he's still not getting it, man, then you gotta consider that he must not be right. Go ahead, be all one mind.
It says, finally, be ye all of one mind.
Right.
Having compassion one of another.
Having compassion, yeah, because the brother might not be wicked, man. So you gotta have compassion. You gotta have patience. I didn't get everything. Good example, I can't remember what scripture it is, but basically Paul was going into the circumcision, and every other word was either circumcision or uncircumcision. And by the end of the couple verses that I read, I was all messed up. I'm like, what? And I started to get a little hasty because I wanted to understand the truth, man. I didn't want to be out like the rest of these clowns out here, not knowing what the hell is going on, man. So I was very passionate and intimate about learning these scriptures, man. And something basic as breaking down circumcision and uncircumcision kind of went over my damn head. But it was a matter of what? It was a matter of seeing the elders' lessons on circumcision, seeing what them words actually mean. Because why? With all thy getting, get understanding. It's one thing to know that you're an Israelite. It's a whole other thing to be able to go into the scriptures and prove to somebody else that we're Israelites, man. So you gotta learn it for yourself, but you also gotta learn it so that you can teach it thoroughly.
It says, having compassion one of another, love as brethren, be pitiful, be courteous, not rendering.
Be pitiful, be courteous. Yeah, be kind, man. Don't overburden any brethren in your camp. Right?
It says, not rendering evil for evil, or railing for railing.
Yeah. Sometimes brothers might get in a little bit off little arguments about carnal things, man. Sometimes you just gotta blow it off. Be like, yeah, okay, whatever. You might have that, man. Hey, look, we're still under the curse, man. Satan still fucks with us, man. But our strongest defense is having this word, man. Being in the spirit, to recognize, hey, wait a minute, that's garbage, man. Look, whatever we were talking about earlier, man, if I said anything that I offended you, look, I apologize for that. That's how you're supposed to deal with it, like a man, man. If anything actually does break out between you and another brother, you're actually supposed to go up to him, admit whatever fault you may have, even though Satan be fucking with your hand, saying, nah, man, you were right. Think you were right. Don't apologize, man. Satan will fuck with you like that, man. Alright? Speaking from experience. But you gotta be a fucking man and admit to what you did wrong, admit to what you said, and, apologize for it. And make amends. And the scriptures tell you about that's in the law, man. If you're supposed to be watching over a certain man's sheep and it goes astray, you're supposed to actually replace that man's sheep. Now, I don't know what that happened to it. That ain't brotherly at all, man. You know, there's all kinds of examples in the scriptures.
Says, not rendering evil for evil,
Yep.
or railing for railing,
Right.
but contrariwise blessing.
But blessing, so the opposite. The word contrary means the opposite. So instead of being evil, you know, and letting that build up inside you, man, letting Satan get into your damn head and tell you you're right and that he's wrong and all this nonsense, you know, you scratch all that, man. First of all, you rebuke that demon, all right? You rebuke that demon, and you go up to that brother and you make sure he's all right, man. You apologize and make sure he has everything that he needs. You don't do it out of any wickedness, man. All right? You got a lot of brothers that like to do that type of shit. From what I understand and what I hear, man, a lot of brothers just are fucking wicked like that, man. They ain't even sincere in their apology.
Said, but contrariwise blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing.
Yep. And we are therefore called and should inherit a blessing. Yeah, so you really at the end of the day, man, if you have that attitude, you're trying to pull the shades over on somebody, for lack of a better term, you just fooling your damn self, because the Most High is going to just jack you up. Get rid of you.
For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil, and his lips that they speak no guile. Let him eschew evil and do good. Let him seek peace and ensue it. For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil.
The Lord's face is against them that do evil.
And who is he that will harm you, if ye be followers of that which is good? But, and if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled.
Yeah, right, man. Here it is. You want to fight a brother in the camp, man. Yet you have some real enemies and demons out there, man, that want to kill us because of what we teach. Man. But you know what? The Lord got us protected. You know, save that energy for the streets, man. Alright? Not because one brother liked chicken and he decided to cook that day, and you wanted fucking steak. Alright?
Yeah, fighting over who made the best Kool-Aid.
Yeah. You see a fucking woman on the street, you're fighting over who got to call her first and shit. And that bitch probably gonna be dead any damn way when all hell breaks loose. So neither one of you gonna get that bitch, man. You know? And Jake, you get messed up over women too easy, man. Alright? The hell with these women, man. The Most High already got what women he wants us to get. And what women we're not gonna get.
This is 1 Peter 2:17. Honor all men, love the brotherhood.
Yeah, honor all men. What does that mean? That don't mean these fucking wicked ass niggas on the street, man. These false ass prophets. Honor all men that is what? Doing the work and the will. That's why we say all double honors to the elders of GMS. Because why? Because we learn the truth. We learn these breakdowns from them. They taught us how to break down words. They showed us how to use the Blue Letter Bible. They showed us how to read the Paleo and Assyrian Hebrew. They showed us how to celebrate the Passover and celebrate the Sabbath service. All right? Through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, through those men, that's whom we learned. And we do have honor for them, man. That's why we go and we make our ties, man.
Honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear the Most High, honor the King.
Yeah, fear the Most High, keep the commandments.
Servants, be subject to your masters with all
And
fear.
part of the Salah, part of keeping the commandments is understanding that there's an order. That the elders are above us, man. Because of why? Because of their experience, because of the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that the Most High gave them. The Most High set them up in that position. So what, are you gonna fight against the Most High because you're unhappy that they know more than you? But you think you know more than them? It's ridiculous, man.
Servants, be subject to your masters without fear, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the froward. For this is thankworthy, if a man for conscience toward the Most High endure grief, suffer wrongfully. For what glory is it, if when ye be buffeted for your faults, ye shall take it patiently? But if when ye do well and suffer for it, ye take it patiently, this is acceptable with the Most High.
Yeah. It's acceptable. You know, because some of us do suffer wrongfully. You know, I personally had a situation where I was suffering wrongfully. You know, it was by a guy that, you know, brought me into the truth. Or I should say brought me and showed me who the elders were. You know? Anything?
And we'll go back to Romans 12. Yeah.
For even hereunto were ye called, because Hamashiach also suffered for us, leading us an example that ye should follow his footsteps, who did no sin, neither was guile found in his mouth, who when he was reviled not again, when he suffered, he threatened not, but committed himself to him that judges righteously, who his own self bare our sins in his own body on the tree, that we being dead to sin should live unto righteousness, by whose stripes we were healed. For we were as sheep going astray, but now return unto the
yeah, because Yahushua what? Yahushua died on the cross for us to be adopted back. For us to be healed. Healed of what? Healed of, let's say, a mental sickness, what? Not knowing who we were. Okay? Not knowing our nationality, not knowing our language, not knowing the truth. But now we're healed. Because now we got the truth. Now we got the understanding. Now we know who we are. Now we know who the nations are. Now we know who Esau is. And despite the world teaching that, yo, you gotta love everybody and, you know, no, man. It ain't like that. You take care of the ones that are actually fulfilling the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. I used to be like that, man. I used to believe in that bullshit, man.
So St. John 15.
Even though I knew in my spirit, I knew something wasn't right, man. Alright? Fucking how the fuck am I supposed to not be angry at this person for fucking doing me wrong, man? I'm supposed to just forgive him. And then he's supposed to be my so-called friend. If he was my friend, he wouldn't do that shit in the first place. Right? You know, but the Lord had to wake me up. I was asleep. To understand that, to acknowledge that. Go ahead.
St. John 15 verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another, as I have loved you.
Yeah. And that's for those that are doing the work in the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's who that attains. That's who that pertains to. Those who have the same mind as you. That's why these fucking demons get along so well, man, because they serve the same purpose. Doing fucking wickedness. Getting on the comment board and talking the same shit, man. But be ye unequally yoked with the unbelief, man.
Greater love had no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
Yep, and all of us here have that attitude, man. Anytime somebody comes up to threaten the camp, we all are engaged to protect one another, man.
Ye are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father have I made known unto you.
As James 1, 1 and 2. So my brother, like James 1 and 3. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
Trying of our faith worketh patience. So all the, the things that we go through together as a camp, because you're gonna learn a lot from brothers, man. From experiences that they've gone through, how they handled it and dealt with it. And be able to help you out if you end up in the same situation. You feel weak, man. That's why you got your brothers there, man. You feel weak. Call them up or whatever. You get together with them, and they're supposed to help you, work through it. So the trial of your faith, is that again? Trying of your faith worketh patience.
So James 1 and 3. It says, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience.
So we all got to be tried, right? We all got to be tried so we can build up our endurance. We can build up our strength in this truth. So we're not becoming weary. And we don't lack anything. So we lack nothing.
This is Romans 12 and 2. It says, be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and that acceptable, perfect will of the power.
Yep. And it says, be not conformed to this world. Now I want him to look up that word conform.
And look up renew.
So how do you not conform to the world? Well, you put off all the former things of that old man. Because when you come into this thing, you're building yourself up to be a new creature. Spotty, get me that. Any man who is in Christ is a new creature. That's what you're doing, man. You're renewing your spirit within you. All them experiences that you're going through in life, man. Up until this point, or up until the point that you come into the truth, man, you start to realize everything that it is that you've gone through, and why this was, and why that is. When I first came into the truth, man, everything was put into perspective, man. Everything started making sense. My passion for wanting to know the truth and trying to go to all these different churches, in my own mind, thought I was going to somehow strike upon it. That never happened because these churches don't got the truth. So, I always had a strong passion. I always knew that there was more to life than this bullshit, this hell, this depression, this stress, this anxiety, this pain, this suffering. But I didn't know the extent of it until I came into the truth. And that was motivation enough when I started finding out, wait a minute, I have enemies? Oh, Esau, so-called white man. It makes sense. Yeah, he did have a strange, and I had lots of Edomite friends, man. But when everything was put into perspective, I was saw in a whole nother light, man. That's what's supposed to happen to you, man. Stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance. That's exactly what happened to me, man. As soon as I heard one thing, I wanted to know more. I wanted to know more. I wanted to study this. I wanted to study that. Of course, within the means of the scriptures. Not getting into different philosophies, but within the means of the scriptures, I wanted to know more. Jacob, Esau, that whole scenario.
It's 2 Corinthians 5 and 17. Therefore, if any man be a Hamashiach, he is a new creature.
He is a new creature. So, to become a new creature, you need to be renewed, but you need to be renewed in truth, man. Because the whole time you've been growing up, until that moment, you've been taught all lies. From the public school system, whether you went to college, your parents, man, you've been taught all lies. The churches, your mother, you've been taught all lies, man.
So 2 Corinthians 5 and 17. Therefore, if any man be in Hamashiach, he is a new creature.
To be in Hamashiach. Now, what does that mean? That's to have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. In order to gain the spirit, you got to fear the Most High. And that's the beginning of wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Because this whole book is the prophecy of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And the Most High has to literally give you the spirit to understand that this is the truth. And be given the spirit to research and look up the different words for yourself, right? And be able to put precept upon precept, line upon line. That's all the spirit.
It says, old things are passed away.
Old
Behold,
things, yeah.
all things are become new.
All things have become new. See that? So you're supposed to grow in this thing.
It's Romans
And you
6.
do that through diligence.
It's Romans 6 and 6.
Let him read that real quick.
It says, knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him.
Yeah, crucified with Yahweh Shai, because as Yahweh Shai was put on the cross, okay, as a lamb without blemish, we're supposed to cut off that old man completely. The old man that was into doing wicked things, committing things that were against the commandments. We crucify that man by not going off, by remaining in the truth. Go ahead.
That the body of sin might be
That
destroyed.
the body of sin might be destroyed, so we could basically abstain from all appearance of evil, man.
That henceforth we should not serve sin.
Exactly.